My journey here has been anything but smooth. Multiple practice setups, loneliness, finding my soulmate, IVF, decades spent on study. I was the quiet Greek girl, the one who never spoke up or asked a question, the one who followed the rules, Streety 180. That's what they call it, don't they? And when I found my voice, I found myself. 3 years ago, I was in a dark and uncertain place. I'd just sold my second dental practice, and on the outside it seemed like I had it all. A beautiful growing family, a successful career, and a secure financial cushion. I am a dentist, and all dentists are rich, right? No one sees the tears, the stress, the days I just wanted to throw in the towel and give up. And I was tired of putting everyone's needs first, feeling like what I wanted didn't matter. But the reality was very, very different. I was completely burnt out, unsure of who I was on the outside of my practice, and struggling to figure out what came next. So I made a big decision that changed my life forever. At the same time, I was going through IVF. I'll never forget the emotional roller coaster, waiting to see if the transfer had worked while trying to hold my life together. I should have been excited about the future, but instead, I felt lost. It was the first time I actually felt free. I was trapped in a life I knew wasn't for me for a very, very long time, but I didn't have the courage or energy, or so I thought. And I'm not someone who gives up ever. So I sold my practice, the practice I was told over and over again that I'd never sell because I was rural. And I moved back to Sydney with my family, juggling 2 young children and another on the way, and it felt like I was barely holding it all together. I didn't have a job. There came a point where I lost it all. Hopes, dreams, faith, trust. A business deal gone wrong with people I trusted, and that sent my relationship to the lowest it's ever been, and I hit the point of depression. Having moved once already, I found myself at my parents' place, grateful for the support. One of the hardest parts of this experience has been the financial uncertainty, and I promised myself one thing, that the only person I would ever truly believe in was myself. And I don't like the word no. So no to me means yes. Go get what you want. The sale of my practice gave us some breathing room, but we were quickly burning through the money. So I decided to look into setting up another practice to generate cash flow. That's what I knew at the time. But with no steady income and being heavily pregnant, I was knocked back for multiple loans. Each rejection hit harder than the last, and I started to question what I was supposed to do next. I had spent years building my identity around being chairside, serving my patients, and running my practice. Letting go of that wasn't just scary, it was overwhelming. And I kept asking myself, surely there's more. What else can I do? How do I move forward when every door feels like it's shutting in my face? And so I pushed myself to reconnect with my creativity, to get out of my own way. I thought maybe another qualification will help me, so I enrolled in a 3rd degree. But during the exam time, sitting there with 2 infants, pregnant and exhausted, I had a moment of clarity. This isn't what I need. This isn't going to fix anything. And that realization was hard to swallow because I don't give up. But it forced me to face the truth. I needed to stop running and start figuring out what exactly I wanted. And so I made a decision that I'd do whatever it takes to work smarter and achieve, but in a completely different way. I was done with the cycle of burnout, exhaustion, and feeling like I was trapped by the very thing I'd worked so hard to build. I sought help from a business psychologist who helped me start untangling the fear, doubt, and overwhelm that were keeping me stuck. I realized I needed to completely change my mindset. Growing up as a Greek Australian was incredible, but I was raised to believe that university degrees were everything. Dentistry, medicine, pharmacy, they were the degrees to go for, and they gave you the ultimate path to success and happiness. My parents worked hard, and they gave me the best education possible. But what I learned through this journey is that degrees do not give you freedom. Your choices do. So I committed to learning in a way I had never done before. I studied brain-based communication, inserted myself and immersed myself in personal development. And I got mentors that challenged me to think bigger. I invested over $200,000 in personal development and business development. And since then, I know that has been the best decision I've made. I found my identity. I realized I didn't need to set up another practice to feel successful, but I'd already done it. Third time again. And that promised me freedom, but I was absolutely trapped again. Those golden handcuffs are absolutely real. I sought guidance from experts to figure out what I was truly meant to be doing with my life. And guess what? I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with business. I've learned things a business degree cannot teach you. Coaching became my focus because I realized I could take everything I learned and help others navigate the same challenges I faced, but quicker. It wasn't easy. Did you know it took me 2 years to step fully away from the chair, to let go of my identity as a treating clinician? That's all I'd ever known. And to be honest, I didn't have support from everyone around me. But for the first time in my life, I chose me. When you work full-time in your business, it's impossible to work on your business. That was my reality for years. I juggled it all. But now, I wake up every day feeling free, calm, and aligned with what I do. And I help other practice owners move out of that overwhelm, step into their leadership, and create the business and lives they love. Here's what I've learned. Clarity doesn't come from doing more or working harder. It comes from slowing down, from reflecting and building a foundation that aligns with who you are. Sometimes you have to let go of what you thought success looked like or what you're told to create something even better. If you are listening to this and feeling stuck, overwhelmed, unsure of what's next, like you need something different, like there's more, I want you to know you're not alone. I've been there and I've come out the other side. The first step is always the hardest, but it is the most important. Trust yourself. You are capable of so much more than you realize.